Hi everyone, welcome to the Crypto Intel channel. Today we'll talk about Kaspa's new partner, discuss the goal of creating and promoting their own smart contracts, and take a look at the community's reaction. And before we start the video, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and click the bell icon so you can always stay up to date on what's happening in the market. It literally takes you a second, but for me, it's motivation to improve the quality and level of the videos on the channel. We have a lot to discuss, so let's get started right away. We have an interesting topic right in front of us. It's about Gate integrating Kasplex Layer 2 to implement smart contracts on Kaspa's KAS platform. Yes, the news isn't exactly fresh, but it's the most recent update I've found regarding this coin. Gate has integrated Kasplex Layer 2 on Kaspa, opening a direct bridge for users to move KAS onto an EVM-compatible DeFi environment. Gate has officially integrated the Kasplex Layer 2 network, allowing users to move Kaspa's native token KAS between the Kaspa Layer 1 chain and Kasplex L2 directly through the exchange. According to Gate, customers can now transfer KAS from Kaspa L1 to the Kasplex L2 wallet, a step the platform says will significantly reduce entry barriers while enhancing asset circulation and on-chain interaction for KAS holders. Kasplex is a Layer 2 solution built on top of Kaspa's blockDAG-based Layer 1 and is designed to add Ethereum-style smart contract functionality to a network that, like Bitcoin, uses a UTXO model and has no native contract layer. In technical documentation, Kasplex describes itself as a lightweight roll-up solution based on Kaspa, embedding EVM bytecode into Kaspa L1 transactions and executing it off-chain to update Layer 2 state while using Kaspa for ordering and data availability. Kasplex's KAS-only gas model and DeFi goals. In posts on X, the Kasplex team has stressed that the network uses bridged KAS as its only gas token, rather than introducing a separate L2 asset in order to preserve economic alignment and keep value within the Kaspa ecosystem. The project offers a two-way bridge for moving KAS between L1 and L2, and says smart contract deployment is as simple as redirecting RPC endpoints, with the aim of making it easy for developers familiar with EVM tooling to launch applications on Kasplex. Kasplex's architecture is pitched as a way to unlock DeFi, NFTs, and other dApps on Kaspa by combining the base chain's high-throughput blockDAG design with EVM-compatible execution. Kasplex notes that by using Kaspa L1 for canonical transaction ordering and data, its roll-up style design can support automated market makers, lending and borrowing markets, stablecoins, and other composable protocols that cannot be realized on the primary chain alone. Kaspa itself has become one of the more actively traded mid-cap Layer 1 tokens, with a live price of about $0.0345, a 24-hour trading range between roughly $0.0340 and $0.0353, and a recent 24-hour volume near $26.4 million. CoinMarketCap data puts Kaspa's all-time high at $0.2075, meaning KAS currently trades more than 80% below its peak. A gap backers hope additional L2 utility can help narrow over time. Kaspa community posts have framed Kasplex as a huge milestone ahead of imminent mainnet, highlighting growing momentum around node decentralization, liquidity pools, and wallet integrations, including tutorials on bridging KAS and adding the L2 network to Kasware and MetaMask. By wiring Kasplex directly into its deposit and withdrawal rails, Gate is betting that a smoother path onto L2 will translate into more KAS moving into smart contracts and more activity across Kaspa's expanding DeFi stack. Over the past 24 hours, a rather interesting series of events has unfolded around Kaspa. At first glance, it may seem uneventful, but if you look deeper, this is precisely the type of phase where future price movements take shape. First, the key news is that the network has practically reached the 2 billion transaction mark. This isn't just a number for the sake of hype. It's an indicator of the network's real-world usage, and it's important to understand the scale. Kaspa processes volumes that would have taken years to accumulate on other networks in a significantly shorter period of time. This reinforces the project's core narrative, the high throughput and efficiency of the blockDAG architecture. Second, the market's attention is now shifting to the next catalyst, the Toccata hard fork, expected in June. This update is not just a technical upgrade. It adds programmability at the Layer 1 level, including covenants and zero-knowledge elements. Simply put, Kaspa is transitioning from a fast payment network to a more versatile ecosystem capable of competing with full-fledged smart contract platforms. The picture is further enhanced by the integration of Layer 2 solutions, such as Kasplex, which potentially opens the door to DeFi and expands the token's use within the ecosystem. Now, for the more raw part, metrics and the market. Over the past 24 hours, there has been a noticeable decline in derivatives activity. Leverage has fallen by approximately 75%. This is an important signal. The market is clearing out speculative positions, and price movements will now depend primarily on spot demand rather than overheated leverage. What does this mean? The market is currently in a pause. There is no strong momentum, but there are also no signs of capitulation. This is a typical pattern preceding a stronger move. It's also worth noting that trading volume has dropped by about 5 to 6%, confirming the absence of aggressive buyers at the moment. And this is where the key idea comes in. Kaspa is currently not in a hype phase, but in a phase of waiting for a catalyst. On the one hand, strong fundamentals, 2 billion transactions, a major update ahead, ecosystem expansion. On the other hand, weak volume, low leverage, a dependence on the broader market. It is precisely these conditions that often create turning points. If the price consolidates above the resistance zone, the market may begin moving towards 0.039 plus and higher. If not, a sideways trend is likely to continue until news emerges closer to the hard fork. In summary, over the past 24 hours, we've seen not an explosion, but a spring being wound up. And the main question right now isn't whether Kaspa rose today, but rather, is the market preparing for the next move, or is it still gathering strength? In other words, based on everything we've discussed, we've concluded that Kaspa has a lot of challenges ahead, if only because it's a newcomer to the smart contracts niche. Of course, it's encouraging to see additional integrations and partnerships from exchanges like Gate, as well as their positive intentions toward Kaspa. So friends, it's too early to give up. In my opinion, Kaspa hasn't fully realized its potential yet, and on top of that, alt season is just around the corner. I think we'll see a lot happening soon. And friends, don't forget to leave your thoughts on the Kaspa coin in the comments below this video. What your plans, hopes, and expectations are for it. The best and most engaging comment will be featured in the next video. Just a reminder, friends, informational and news videos are released on the channel every day, so you won't get bored here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you're always up to date on all the latest news. And if you like this video, please support me with a like. Your like is my motivation. Thanks to everyone for watching, and see you next time.